Hello and welcome, plant friends and family. Welcome to Fruits of My Desires LLC. I am Desiree and I hope everyone is doing well. Today, we're going to continue our Herb Talk 101 and learn how to propagate and plant sweet basil. So stay tuned. Here is the propagated basil we will be working with today. Now, you can grow basil one of two ways: from seed, which was done to the plant to the left here. There we go. Or by taking a cutting of an established basil plant and placing it in water for 2 weeks. Now, what I did was cut off the top of the main plant there. And if you cut it just above the leaves of your established plant, that'll work out perfectly. You just go ahead and put it in this water. And in about a week, you will notice roots. By 2 weeks, you will get what we have today. And these roots are enough right here to go ahead and plant in soil. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I got everything all set up. And the very first thing that you're going to need, of course, is your basil peas. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out the water. And again, please make sure that your root system is at least 2 inches long. Planting them any earlier than 2 inches can cause your plant to kind of like rot out and die, and we don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the water. The next thing you're going to need is your potting soil. Now, as you all know, or if you don't know, I make my own potting soil. And this mix right here is a mix of peat moss, some organic vermiculite. I got some hydrated lime in here, which neutralizes the pH in the soil. I've also got my own fertilizer mix, which includes all of the NPK needed, as well as some worm castings, which will add additional fertilization as well. Okay, next you are going to need something to plant it in. And I like using these clear solo cups. I typically try to stick with green, but they only had purple this last time. And I make sure to cut some drainage holes in the bottom, because without doing that, you run the risk of also rotting out your plant. So your water needs somewhere to flow through. So go ahead and make you some small slits and let's keep going. The next thing you're going to need is some labels. I use popsicle sticks and I just put the name and the date on them. And lastly, I got some rainwater here in my nice little watering can to water everything in when we are done. So now let's go ahead and put some soil in these cups. And what I'm going to do is fill it, but not all the way to the brim. Again, this soil is pre-moistened. You want to make sure you do that because it makes it a lot easier to work with and you won't get so many dust particles in your nose and in your mouth. Go ahead and shake it around. Put some more soil in there. And once you get the soil in, go ahead and create a hole at the top, which I'm doing now with my thumb. Go ahead and grab your piece of basil and stick it in that hole. And then take your soil and like put it around that root system in that stem. Now I'm going to take my gloves off to help me out a little bit here because they're kind of bulky. Go ahead and press it on in. And then I'm going to take it, as you can see it, nice and pretty in there. And I'm going to go ahead and water it in. It's a little wobbly. Sorry about that, guys. And you just want to go ahead and water everything in until the water starts to run out the bottom. So go ahead and just give it a real good soaking. And what I'm going to do is hold the cup up to see if anything's coming. I don't see anything coming. So I'm going to go ahead and continue pouring, which you cannot see right now. And eventually you're going to see the water start to drip out the bottom of the cup right about now. So there we go. Go ahead, grab my gloves. We're going to do it again just so you can see it. Put some soil in there. Don't fill it all the way up. Once you get all of the soil in the cup, go ahead and create a nice little hole in the middle. Now I'm going to grab basil out of this new one so you can see how a longer stem. So I made this hole just a little bit deeper than the first one. Nice root system. Go ahead and put that in the cup. Make sure to get all the soil around it. Now this one I'm going to have to backfill a little bit because the stem is just a little bit longer. And I don't want the leaves to touch the soil. So now move over the first one. Grab the watering can. And just like the same, water it until you see water coming out the bottom. Oh, there it is. All right. And voila, you have planted 2 basil plants. Label it. Take a short little stroll to the greenhouse. Isn't it so beautiful? And look at them all planted and ready for their, little process here until they're prepared to go on the site or on the table for sale. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace.